I guess you didn't notice that in the trailer of the second season Jang-wook got his powers back and is now fighting soul shifters, using Naksu's sword. Unbelievable, right? How is this possible? Also, I guess you are still wondering who were the women who saved Mu-dok from drowning. I guess you never realized that the women showed up at Choyeon's wedding, so they are probably servants of the family. Stay tuned to this video because we might have the answers you're looking for. There are many unanswered questions in this incredible season finale. Questions such as really, what happened to Mu-dok and what happened to her body? Also questions such as, what actually happened at the end of the episode that left us in awe? Although we all have all these questions, there are much more important details in these moments which we have to talk about little by little, in order to begin to understand all this incredible story. Let's remember that this series has become the favorite of many for its incredible drama, action, fantasy, and love. The last chapter of this first season left us with a bitter taste and no concrete answers. We all saw how the story ended as many had thought it would, but we were even more surprised by the twist at the end. Many people are already talking about their theories and their comments on what could happen in the second season of the series. Although it is not a secret to many, we already know that one of the lead actors of the upcoming season will be Go Yoon-young, who plays Naksu. But they did surprise us with her appearance, as we see her in the upcoming season looking totally different from the assassin we have seen before. But what are the details that might be hidden in the trailer we saw of the upcoming season? What are the things we might not have seen in this trailer? Today we will talk about what you didn't realize in the Alchemy of Souls Season 2 trailer. But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll be among the first to see our content. Before we talk about Season 2, I want to tell you about the theory that Mu-dok is actually alive. We all saw how Mu-dok became what many feared, and that was that she went back to being the assassin she was in her real life. We saw how she apparently didn't listen to anyone, and even though for minutes she came back, it would seem that the spell cast on her was much stronger than she was. Then after all this disaster and seeing how Mu-dok's great love died, we see her on the edge of a cliff and jump into the water to end her life. Then seconds later we see how she was saved by some women who appeared at the bottom of the water. Not only is this a sign that she might be alive, but in the final part of this chapter we see how Choyeon is talking to her mother and vows to take revenge for her father's death. But immediately her mother Ho-young told her to please not kill Mu-dok and just find her and bring her back, but not kill her body. Let's remember that now she knows that her daughter is probably Mu-dok and she doesn't want to lose her again. Well, now this gets interesting, and that is that the women who saved Mu-dok at the lake are the same ones who came out at Choyeon's wedding. So apparently they are servants of the family and were sent by Ho-young to save Mu-dok and thus bring her into his presence. One of the theories is that Choyeon's mother sent for her daughter's body so she could use the shift of souls that can now be manipulated thanks to Jang Wook's return from the dead, and therefore she could use the ice stone to exchange Naksu's soul and return her lost daughter's soul to her body. Thus she could finally have her daughter back. It seems that all this could happen so that Jang Wook will stay with Naksu, who is not the body he knows, but the soul he fell in love with. Now the two could love each other forever, but the difference is that now they would have incredible powers. And many think that they could join forces to destroy Jinmu and bring everything under control. But what things happened in the trailer of the new season that maybe you didn't see? The first thing we can say is that Jang Wook is alive and now he got his powers back. Because we see him fighting and full of energy. So incredibly, he came back from the dead along with his energy. One of the details that many did not notice is that Jang Wook is fighting with Naksu's sword and not with his own sword. This is now a total threat to the crown prince who knows the whole truth and could lose everything. Also in this next season, we will probably see many love scenes and stories as we saw in the first season. We saw that now many look different, and even changed their hair color, so many changes will happen in this second season of Alchemy of Souls. Then at the end of the video we see how Naksu returns and appears with a different look and without evil in her face. It seems that she is a different person and not the cruel and strong killer she was in the past, so there are many questions about it. Something very curious about this scene is that the back part where Naksu is very similar to where the Jin family lives. Although this could be another totally different scenario, it could also be the residence of the Jin family, and if so, this could bring more theories and at the same time more confusion. But these confusing details are very typical in this series. But one of the questions that all the fans are asking is who was the person who saved Naksu? Who took care of her body in such a way that now she could come back to be the main character of the next story? Let's remember that whoever was capable of doing this had to know everything and know that Naksu would return at some point, and that is why someone had to keep her body or ashes and take care of it for the great moment when Naksu would return to her original body. Also, what will happen in the second season with Mudok and if she will actually have any importance in the story. Also, many are wondering what will happen to Jin-moo and what will be the future that awaits him. If the Crown Prince will accept his help and therefore forgive him and make him his right-hand man to help him take revenge, or what will actually await him in this second season. So we are expecting a lot to see this amazing story since they announced the second part, but they are saying in many places that this story will have 4 seasons. The next season is expected to premiere in December this year and has 10 episodes. So fans of this series will have a lot to look forward to and will be super excited for this second season. Do you think Naksu is alive because Ho-young used soul alchemy to return her real daughter's soul? Will Jang-wook come back as a good person like he has always been, or will he have changed and become what Park Jin tried so hard to avoid? Why do you think Jang-wook is now using Naksu's sword? And most importantly, Young So-min is said to be in season 2, but as a supporting role. But the question is, will she only be in scenes of possible flashbacks of her past, or will she be in what will happen in the present? And if she is in the present that will unfold, what will it be like? Will her character be focused on her powers like Buyeon and team up with Naksu and Jang-wook for some mission? Or will she just stay as Ho-young's daughter? Although we don't know this information, we can make our theories of what could happen as we know all the details in December. Leave me your opinion in the comments so we can read it. If you like this video, don't forget to like and share it with your friends.